Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Today I want to get into a bunch of photos that were taken and posted and why people are thinking V was with a girl and who that girl is. I also want to get into V posting something a little cryptic online and why HYBE and BTS have been getting a little backlash lately. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumpling and say spilling mug merch and let's get into it. The first thing that we need to address is some of the recent hate that has been going on. So since the initial comeback, or what I am calling the initial comeback, which is the Las Vegas concert, because I think this really brought back a lot of the hype and really got all eyes on BTS for this Proof album. And so this is a big deal. And HYBE knew it was going to be a big deal. But as the BTS hype rises, so has the prices for either their merch or anything that they have sold. And this is something that they have gotten backlash for. Also doesn't help that no matter how high they raise their prices, people still sell it out. People leave comments on forums yelling at BTS and HYBE saying that they're money hungry and that they're really greedy. Now, do I agree with the prices? No. And do I personally think they're a bit high? Absolutely yes. But there's a lot of things to take in consideration, even just looking at their performances and the concert itself. First off, a lot of the concerts they did in Korea could only occupy half capacity due to social distancing, and they still have to put on a good show and still have pyrotechnics like the flames and still put on a full show. They can't give a half show, even though they're only making half the amount from the concert. Jin even talked about before, whether you've chosen to believe him or not, he has mentioned that with some of the concerts, and he and the team were aware that they might be losing money because the cost to have the show is more expensive than what they're making, but they wanted to do it anyway. One way to kind of stop the bleeding of money is to charge higher concert prices. Now, the second reason to up the price, and probably the most probable one, is the demand for these concert tickets are so high that not all the people who want tickets can fit into the stadium. And even if they could, it's not like security would be enough to support all these people and ensure safety. It's a big fire hazard too. With minimal security, if tickets were cheap and they had capacity to fit more, you can't expect them to be able to check everyone perfectly. And yeah, things like a gun can get through due to improper checking because the security might be trying to rush to get everyone in the stadium. So this all goes into quality. It's difficult to maintain quality if you decide to serve everyone. Also, let's say a stadium that can support 1 million people is used. What kind of concert is that? Most people will barely be able to see the idol if they make the concert so cheap. Everyone will have such a poor experience at the concert. Do y'all prefer that? I personally wouldn't. Let's use my Patreon for example because I already talk about it too much, so why not? I have a tier where I send out personalized cards every month, and every card takes like 15 to 20 minutes for me to make. I like to draw, write personal notes, and seal it with wax and all that. If I suddenly wake up one morning and 50,000 people sign up for that, I have two options. One, I can do something I don't like, which is hire someone to write the cards for me, which is so stupid because the whole point is that I want to write them. Or my second option, and what makes the most sense, is to raise the price. Raise the price a bit more, and now suddenly only 20,000 people can afford the tier. Still can't physically write 20,000 cards in a month. I'm not a machine. So you raise it even more until that amount is doable. So as you can see, if the demand of something is so high and fulfillment is low, there's either the option of either sacrificing quality, like my example where I hire someone to write the cards, or you have the option to raise the price and then still be able to serve everyone who still wants it and keep the quality as is. Luckily, I'd never have that high of a demand, so I'd never have to raise the price. But BTS and HYBE does have this high demand issue, and allowing prices for cheap will hurt their quality. And even with the example of a super big stadium, your customer experience is going to be really bad. Things like even BTS merch being of higher price means that if they chose to make it really cheap, like only 20 bucks for V's Boston handbag, that means they have to find a lot of cheap material to make this bag, which means quality is now sacrificed as opposed to them charging a lot more, and every single person that can afford the high price get a really high quality bag. High demand increases the price naturally just due to the lack of resources they will have to make the bag, so they have to reduce the demand somehow by increasing the price. If there is no more demand for this bag, suddenly the bag will be really cheap, and naturally that will happen. And also keep in mind, companies and human beings need money to survive. Wanting money or things costing money is not something that is evil or makes a company or person bad. We all need money to survive. It just depends on how you make money. If BTS choosing to charge a lot of money for medicine to help sick people, then yeah, that's unethical. But charging a premium for a premium product and a luxury product, not really an unethical thing. BTS has gotten a lot of backlash recently for their prices. They are high prices. I wish they were lower, but I can also think more reasonably and understand why. V recently posted something on his Instagram story and it kind of feels a bit cryptic, and I do personally wonder if it has a secret meaning behind it. he recently posted something asking armies to give him a big hug. We have no idea what this means, or whether he is just being goofy and cute, or that he might be in his feels when he posted that. I can totally see that he could also be looking online and seeing the numerous backlash that he gets, and this is kind of him talking about the hate and being sad. But what do you think? Do you think it's a cryptic message that he posted asking for a hug, or do you think he is being silly? Or do you think this is related to something of the hate he's got? There was also another drama that was happening with V, specifically after a couple of IG posts on his story. V posted him in a flower field and photos of a lot of flowers, and people took the background and what he posted to match up with another person that they believed was there with V. So let me give a bit of a backstory first. V was alleged by, I don't know who started it, but someone that he was dating a restaurant CEO's daughter. Initially, I didn't want to say her name or identify her, but recently, if you look her up, she is kind of considered kind of a celebrity. She knows celebrities, she's friends with Jennie from Blackpink, she's been trending recently a lot, so I'm just going to talk about her candidly. Her name is Joanna, and she was believed to be dating V. This was after their alleged museum date, and the photos ended up going viral, seeing him talk to this girl. HYBE and V himself came out and both adamantly denied this, and at the time even talked about taking legal action against those who were making bold claims with no evidence and attempting to hurt V, or the several death threats aimed at Joanna. This is interesting because forums and people still believe that she is dating V, and don't believe HYBE's response. I don't see why HYBE would deny this if they were dating. It's weird to me. I think they're telling the truth. But people were matching up a photo of where V was in a private room in a shop, and he was buy clothes and stuff, and he took a photo and this was posted. The evidence there really wasn't any. They just figured from this photo that Taeyang had to have been with someone, and they figured, why would it not be with the alleged rumored girlfriend? So Joanna actually ended up kind of trending when I looked this morning, and people were talking and tweeting about her. And it seems like every time V posts anything romantic, it's either Joanna trending or Taekook. So that's interesting to know. There were also been claims that V took a photo of his dog, and it appeared like the dog was behind a green fence. The same green fence Hoyoung from Squid Game took a photo next to, and Hoyoung is allegedly friends with Joanna. I'm not entirely sure what the connection is there, but there is apparently one. This also is such a silly rumor. Hoyoung is a fan of K-pop, we know this. Why would she not be a fan of BTS or V? Another claim was that Hoyoung was following V. So this means allegedly he is dating Joanna too, because V is friends with Joanna's friends. It's so weird. But yeah, V is famous, we know this, and we know that people can like V, even other celebrities, and they want to keep up with him. But also, if Joanna is the mutual friend among, let's say, Jennie, and we know V accidentally followed Jennie, and then even Hoyoung following V, that would explain how V knows Joanna through mutual friends. Not that they're dating, just that this could be how they met and how they became friends. Like, that makes more sense to me than V and Joanna dating. And yes, I am also implying that Jennie and V are friends. I literally don't think that they aren't. They're in the same label, sort of, and the only reason they haven't done anything publicly together is because of backlash. I think V could have been shopping or in a private shop with anyone. It could have been his mother, as all this was happening near Mother's Day. It could have been a friend that wasn't famous. It could have even been one of the members. It's interesting what people assume. I think sometimes these assumptions go a bit too far. Also, Hoyoung allegedly being in the same area doesn't mean that they're friends, but could just mean that the wedding venue that V did his photo shoot at is just really popular, and a lot of people, and famous people included, go there. But I'm very curious to hear what you think. Do you believe V was with Joanna at this private shop, or are you like me that believes that they're just friends, or even what HYBE said, which is that they're just barely even acquaintances? It's one thing to go against HYBE and think that HYBE is lying, but to accuse someone you like of lying, like accusing V, the person you apparently like, of lying and saying that he is lying about not dating her. If you think he's lying, then I don't see that you like him that much, because you're accusing him of trying to trick you, and he was very adamant about not dating her, meaning he's begging you to stop. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link below. I think it says a lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.